And welcome everyone. I forgot to turn on this light. Hello and welcome everyone. Now that you can actually see me, welcome back to Danganronpa 2 session number 13. As last time we had quite the thing happen with chapter 5, where Nagito is dead set on finding out who the heck the traitor is, as he has set bombs all over the island in order to try to make the traitor reveal themselves, because he's going to blow it up. And so we got to find those bombs, I think. It's kind of crazy. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. GCM of Chaos, thank you so much. Hello, welcome everyone. And I saw earlier that before we started, Jacob actually resubscribed to Tier 1, 36 months now, saying, currently wrapping up Sea of Stars, but happy to be here. Also, sorry, I guess I missed your subathon yesterday. I wasn't at home. So here's the funny thing. Because we haven't finished the subathon yet, I still have all those games to play as far as TMNT. 5 or 6 more games left to play. The tally is still going on for the subathon. It's just there. I can't. It's just on. So actually, Jacob, your sub just counted towards the subathon. So thank you. It's actually part of the whole thing. Actually, let me pop it over, and I've been adjusting it because I have some ideas. It's not fully ready to go yet. I was just doing a few things here and there. But if we move over to the subathon, actually it's 503 Boo Scary Helicopter. Give me 1 second. Let me just move over and put those there. There it is. See, 503. Right there it is. Oh, Dancer Lady Aqua, thank you very much for the happy birthday. And yeah. Glad everybody could make it. I'm gonna lower the volume just in case, because I don't know how long this is actually gonna be when we actually get into it. Yep. So yeah, all that's good. And yeah, and I do share a birthday with Charles Martinet. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Oscar. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I ended up being less tired than I thought it would be. Kai let me sleep quite a bit, and got us all ready to go. Was able to just take it easy today. So I was like, you know what? Let's keep this going. I'm very curious how Danganronpa 2 is going to continue. Although I have a prediction based on last time, and I don't know why I had this thought. I think it just seems like it could be the case. I think Chiaki's the traitor. Just because I can't see it being Sonia. I can't see it being Kazuichi. I can't see it being, his name, Yakuza Kid. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like any of those are possible. Modern Lady Robin, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription, saying, ooh, spicy take. Yeah, to be sure, I don't know. I know she's best girl. She might still be best girl. It's entirely possible. I don't know, but I just had this thought. It's like, I wonder if they make her the traitor. I don't know what that means for this entire thing, but it could be that. But it's just thinking over the rest of the remaining characters, she just seems like the one that might happen. I don't know. But as you can also see, as you've been trying out, Amy has gotten 2 of our unlocked sub emotes ready in there. We got our sleepy emote and our hydrate emote. And yeah, we're good to go there. 2 more are coming still, so we got that. Can Best girl really be a mad murderer? I mean, the thing is, they said the traitor is the one they're the reason they're there at the island. It's not necessarily the reason they're in the murder game. The original reason they were at the island was through Monami. So that's why I think it could be Chiaki, because I don't think the traitor is necessarily bad. I think the traitor, whoever was just there, I know they're supposed to work with the Future Foundation, but I don't know. Just sort of the feeling just a feeling I kind of get at this point. We'll see how it all turns out. I'm not sure. I don't know. Fuyuhika, that was his name. Thank you so much, Alanix. But yeah, that is. We'll see how this all goes as I got my prediction out there before we get started. Kolux, thank you very much for the happy birthday wishes. Really do appreciate all of those. Yeah, let's see how this progresses and we see how this turns out and go from there. By the way, I'm going to be changing up the overlay for the subathon, and I actually added 2 more stretch goal games in order to have our stretch goals reach a solid 1,000 if we wanted to do that. And I was writing down the list, and I just realized all of a sudden, actually, it's because we rated Blade Blur yesterday, and he mentioned of like, oh, of course, that makes sense. Oh, thank you guys, Sonic and Chris Struck, for the birthday wishes. So since we're going chronological order, really, with the way these games are coming out, as far as unlocking further games for the Mega Mania, since that Mega Mania was unlocked for reaching all of our stretch goals just during that first stream, 20XX and 30XX have been added to the stretch goals. So that should be fun. So I've played a little bit of that, I think 30XX with Ash when it was coming out. So we'll see how that all turns out. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Saturday. For now, it's Danganronpa time.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make.
I think I got that. Oh, wow. Tomorrow's birthday. Tomorrow is actually the Latin American Spanish voice actors of Mega Man NT Warrior and the first voice of Ash Ketchum's Spanish. Hit their birthday. Well, that's cool. Yeah, you guys did. You guys, I'm still blown away by the amount of support right now. From that subathon, and I'm looking forward to continuing it this next weekend.
Day. Now then, let's show some enthusiasm and make sure to give it our all today.
How would you be able to sleep knowing there are bombs on the island? I've been resting since the explosion yesterday, but my body still hurts. A dull metallic sound is ringing in my ears, and the back of my head feels hot. I can't think straight. But I can't afford to spend the whole day resting. I immediately left my cottage. How's that now? We got some music going on. I raise it up. Okay, cool. Up at 5%. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That should be good. Last, God, no. I've sat through the Mighty Number 9 credits once. I am never doing that again. I was the one who recorded that crap. Trust me. We are not entertaining enough in the world to make that happen. Hey, it's you, right? You're the traitor, aren't you? What the hell are you saying? Come on, just admit it already. If you don't, we're all gonna die. I'm not the traitor. I'm begging you, it doesn't matter who admits it, just save me. And this is why Kazuichi sucks. Get a hold of yourself, Kazuichi. Complaining won't change anything, okay? I know that, but what else can we do? We need to think about with the others, so let's just hurry over to the restaurant. Kazuichi sucks. Is there a Mighty Number 9 credit speed run? Yeah, it's hitting start button and skipping. Oh, it's you. You're covered in sweat. I was looking for Nagito. This traitor stuff bugs the crap out of me. I just have to beat him up, and I'll make him tell us where the bombs are. But I can't find him anywhere. Is he hiding or something? Damn it, I'm starting to get hungry. Maybe I should go back to the restaurant. Akane looks pretty frustrated. I guess that makes sense after what happened yesterday. Damn it, what's going to happen to us now? He's having a human reaction to all this. I mean, that's not wrong, but it's also just, I don't know. He's just been terrible most of the time. Oh no, the arcade machines. Oh, yep, that one's done too. Oh man, even the foosball table's gone. She's quietly staring at the arcade machine with sad eyes. Good morning, Hajime. Did this arcade machine break? It was too close to the explosion. I guess I couldn't take it. Man, this arcade machine was really popular. It was so tough that even an elephant couldn't damage it. But if it's broken, I can't do anything about it. I guess that's just how it is. Her shoulders are sagging pretty low. First time chat from my name is Celestial Ludenberg. I had to parse that out. Chiaki and Fuyuhiko are the only tolerable people left. No, I think Sonya's fine. And I let's go through here. Fuyuhiko, Akane, basically these four. It's just the top, the remaining people in the top row that suck. But these four, kind of our golden set right now. Yo, Hajime, how you feeling? Not good, but not so bad that I can't move. Then you're okay.
This is bad.
I'm not okay at all. My ears are seriously ringing. My eardrum is definitely ruptured. I need to hurry and have a doctor look at it. So what should we do now?
However,
what can we do? How troubling. If the traitor would just come forward, this problem would be resolved in no time. Nagito, when did you...
Hey.
Good morning. I came to motivate you guys since you're just laying around. Didn't I tell you yesterday that the bombs are set to go off in 2 days at noon? Well, you've only got 1 day left. Come on, you better hurry.
I mean...
Hurry, I'm not the one who has to come forward. The traitor does, right? Well, that's probably true. But even if this does depend on the traitor, your attitudes aren't admirable at all.
Isn't that right?
I mean, real hope is when you confront a hopeless difficulty that's standing before you, right? And despite that, you guys are already ready to give up. What does that mean? Or is this your limit? If so, it makes me laugh to think I ever called you symbols of hope. You bastard. You better knock it off. Now, keep your shirt on. I took the time to come bring you guys a valuable hint. Wouldn't it be bad if I changed my mind? Huh? Did he just say hint? That thing's still over there. Yeah, I had to just parse it out, but yes, I did get that, I did get that, the reference once we saw that. Oh wow, Soy Sauce saying Chapter 5, definitely going to try to make time to tune in more. May not be my favorite in the series, but Chapter 5 is my favorite case in the series. Wow, Chapter's wild. And no, nobody's died yet, Master Marks. It's best if we hurry and get the hint. I think. Akane looks like she's ready to tackle him.
hey!
Hey, it's okay if I punch him, right? Right? Calm down, Akane. You might feel better after punching Nagito, but if we can't find the bombs, then I'll just beat the crap out of him after we find the bombs. Damn it, Nagito's holding all the cards here.
You serious?
He said hint just now, right? Let's hurry up and find out what it is. For now, we should learn what this hint is. If so, we can find the bombs instead of searching for a traitor who does not even exist. Nagito, what's your hint?
I'm glad.
Oh, you finally have hope. That makes me happy. Who freaking cares about that? Hurry up and tell us what the hint is. Well, it's about the bomb's hiding place. I hid it somewhere you guys haven't been before. Somewhere we have not been before.
Piss me off.
I don't need any hints. Just tell us the answer. If you don't, I'll make you spit it out.
Hey.
Stop it. What are we going to do if he sets off another bomb?
Yep.
Good judgment.
Hey.
If you guys have time to pick a fight with me, then you should start searching for the bombs already. Then I'll just crush you to pieces later.
Wow.
How scary.
Hey,
Why did you give us a hint?
See?
Well, if the traitor sees their friends working hard, they may feel inclined to come forward, you know? Who cares? That traitor might not even exist. All we need to do is find the damn bombs. Let's go. Take care. Oh, and by the way, I'll be waiting here, so if you want to reveal yourself, come see me anytime. Mr. or Miss Traitor. We left the restaurant as Nagito's muffled laughter trailed behind us.
Why?
Kazuichi, why did you stop me?
Huh?
Huh? What are you talking about? If you hadn't stopped me, I could have crushed Nagito to pieces. You're too fired up, dumbass. Calm the frick down at least.
Everyone!
More importantly, let us all head over to the ancient ruin. Huh? The ruin?
Please listen.
Nagito said the bombs are hidden somewhere we have never been before.
So just as I
If that is the case, the inside of that ruin is the only place I can think of.
Well,
No, there was one other place too. Yeah, the inside of Monami's place. What is it again? That castle? All right, the castle. That castle at the amusement park. What's its name? Are you talking about that Natsume castle?
hey!
You don't get it at all. He friggin' means Nezumi Castle. Then we have those two places to choose from. But we won't be able to enter the ancient ruin without a password. What should we do?
Like,
A password, huh? I'm guessing we still don't have any clues to that.
Hey.
That probably goes for Nagito too. He wouldn't be able to enter without the password either, right? If that's the case, it's hard to think that the bombs were set inside the ancient ruin, right? So we should try going to Nezumi Castle first.
are we screwed?
But isn't that dangerous? I mean, what if it was Nagito's trap all along?
Jeez.
Monokuma's trap, Monami's trap, and now Nagito's trap. If we keep worrying about shit like that, we won't get anything done, dumbass.
You.
Oh yeah, the Natsume reference. Alright, no, I'm punching him. Permission to punch! You're totally fired up too. 2!
Hey.
Anyway, we should try going there at least. We don't have time to stay around doing nothing. Alright, full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Alright, we'll tackle Nezumi Castle first. How are we doing on our pet? 5:15, so we'll walk. To the 4th island. Master Mark, what was my opinion on the direct this week? I thought it was an excellent direct, especially if you like Mario. There's a lot of really fun things in there. Actually, let's see. That's the right way. Especially if you enjoy Mario and whatnot, but I mean, we got a lot of good Mario stuff to look forward to. We got Mario Wonder, we got Mario RPG, we got Paper Mario, we've got Princess Peach Showtime, WarioWare, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, maybe? I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Hey, Magus Andrus, how you doing? Feels like it's been a while since we've seen you. How you been? I know some people called it mid, but a lot of that stuff hit for me. Especially, I think Another Code is also doing a lot of heavy lifting for me. I'm really looking forward to that one. That's not what I meant to do. I wanted to look at the pet. Okay.
Damn it.
Hey, don't you think this is definitely a trap? Like, once we go inside the castle, kaboom? No, I don't think that's going to happen. Nagito wants to weed out the traitor, not kill us all at the same time. That's true, but he's crazy, you know? Anyway, we need to keep trying and head over there. In the end, we still have to go. No worries. Take all the time you need, Magus. The non-Splatoon that's coming out of PlayStation. I'll be honest, I have no interest in that game. Yeah, we got the demo for Star Ocean and Dragon Quest. I haven't had the chance to try either demo. I haven't had the chance to try F-Zero 99. But, yeah, I'd love to see I want to try those out. Hey, Horizon Brave. Hey, check it out. The entrance is destroyed. It's been blown to bits as if someone set off a bomb.
I get it.
If that's true, looks like this place was spot on.
Damn it!
Then the bombs are inside here?
Damn right.
That's what it looks like. Then let's try going inside. But we need to be careful. We need to pay as much attention as we can. You're right.
Listen.
How can you grip the trouser snake if you do not enter its den? What are you talking about?
Well?
It is a saying for situations like this, right? When you know there is danger, but you still must face it. What does grip the trouser snake mean anyway? That should just be snake.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hold it! The way she said it is just fine. If you don't correct her, she'll say it as many times as you want. Good job, Hajime. Miss Sonia's words just now have been etched into my heart. I see. He's trying to ease everyone's tension. That's pretty considerate. That's not what he's doing. He's just a stupid pervert. Grab the bull by the horn. That makes more sense. It's not like we know for certain that the bombs are in there. Let's go see what's inside for now.
You.
What? Are you scared? Excuse me. You want me to go first? No, it's fine.
Are we screwed?
But still, he didn't even try to hide the door he destroyed. Don't you think it's a... Oh, God.
Jeez.
I'm going to stop talking to Kazuichi at a certain point. Teru is worse, but we've had to suffer through Kazuichi longer. Did Nagito destroy the door? He sure did a thorough job. Let's go. After forcing a dry swallow, I nervously stepped through the door. And there... What the heck? What is this place? I thought the inside would look more lighthearted than this. The ambience feels similar to that of a temple or a church. However, is it just me or does it seem like there are no bombs to be found here? No, it's not just you. If the bombs are strong enough to blow up the entire island, they should be pretty big. But I don't see anything. I don't see a place where they could be hidden either. Then the bombs aren't here? The bombs aren't here. But even so, I feel like there's something suspicious here. But why? It feels like this place is different somehow. This feeling, it's the same feeling I felt when I first saw the ancient ruin. What's this on the floor? What is this? This font doesn't match the ambience of the castle at all. It's almost like it was intentionally put here. Hey everyone, check this out. What's that? Oh, to all I thought that's what it said. To all subjects. Subjects? Who are they talking about? Is it about us? There's more written below that. What does it mean? The password to guide everyone to the future is...
Lies.
What the heck is this? We can't even read the most important part. What does the password to guide everyone to the future even mean? Maybe it's that password. Yeah, exactly. We need a password. Huh. They're talking about passwords. I wonder if we use it. Could it be that the password to access that ancient ruin? Guide everyone to the future. Maybe that refers to the Japanese word that is written on the door.
Whoa.
As expected of Miss Sonia, she only had to read it once to understand what it means.
Like,
But if we can't read the password, there's nothing we can do.
that is...
Excuse me. It is a rather tragic moment.
Hey, hey.
I wonder who erased this. Huh? Erased?
So...
I mean, it doesn't feel like it was erased naturally, right? It looks like it was forcibly scratched off. That's the only way I can see it.
Even so.
But Monami and Monokuma shouldn't have entered this castle because they don't like mice, right?
I won't forgive
Then it was Nagito. He's the one who erased the password.
Perhaps.
Nagito probably discovered the password here and used it to enter the ancient ruin. Then he hid the bombs inside the ancient ruin?
I get it.
So he erased the password so we wouldn't be able to get near the bombs. Damn it, that actually makes a lot of sense. If That's true. He gave us a hint even though he knew we wouldn't be able to use it.
Don't tell me.
Just so we could shove that reality in our faces? There's no way we can enter that ancient ruin if we don't know the password. In the end, we can't do anything about the bombs unless the traitor comes forward. Did he lure us to this place so we'd be forced to confront that? Forcing us to confront the despair before us. Forcing us to confront how powerless we are. Damn it, that's what Monokuma would do. Hey, whoever you are, you don't have to reveal yourself to us. Just tell Nagito. If you don't, you'll just end up dying too, you know? Hey, who are you saying that to? I don't know, I'm just saying it to everyone.
Oh.
Let's stop. Fighting among ourselves it won't help anything. More importantly, let's work harder to find the password to that ancient ruin, or clues that might relate to it.
Hey.
As long as we cooperate and explore all over the island, we might be able to find it, you know?
Damn it!
Are you telling us to look everywhere for a password that might not even exist?
Hey,
Who would leave a password here in the first place, and why? If it wasn't Monokuma or Monami, then who was it? We can't even answer that, so there's no way we'll be able to find anything.
Wait!
Then what would you have us do? Just wait until we all die? That is no different than when we were in the funhouse. And what did we learn there? We learned not to give up on living, right? That Gundam was the only one who said that. Very well then, I shall look for it on my own. Excuse me. Sonia, hold on. But Sonia ignored me as I called for her and stormed out of the area. Her shoulders were shaking a little, I'm sure of it.
I mean...
What the heck?
Shut up!
Damn it, fine then, you want to look for it? Well, fine. Hey, Kazuichi left Nezumi Castle and walked in the opposite direction of Sonia. Wow, actually he didn't go after her. Interesting. What the hell are they doing? Now's not the time for infighting. Well, it might be a good idea to work separately. Huh? Why? I mean, it's easier to move around that way, you know? In case someone wanted to secretly go meet someone. Hey, does that mean...
Sorry.
Sorry, just act like I was thinking out loud and pretend you weren't listening.
Damn it!
Not again. Man, we're scattered as usual.
Stupid fool.
If you think so, then please help. Yeah, leave it to me. I've got a secret plan.
I won't forgive
I just have to find the source of the problem and snap it off. Akane, what's your secret plan?
me.
I have a bad feeling about the way Akane's acting. I'll run after her. It's best if we keep Akane away from Nagito for now. Far away. You're right. I guess I'll leave it to you. Okay, see you later. Chiaki ran after Akane, and from there, I was the only one left. What does this really mean? Who are the subjects that are being referred to? What's the password to guide everyone to the future? Let's split up, gang, right? I was the last to leave Nezumi Castle, and I wandered all over the island searching for clues to the password. But I didn't expect to find anything, and in the end, that's exactly what happened. And so, time passed by with its usual speed. However, let's have a little break. Because I got something else to do. I got something to do real quick. Give me 1 second as I click around here. What could it be? What could it be? Did not, all right. There it is. I like it. All right. Amy finished our next emote. We now have Broke Jack Frost. So if you do the Bittner ones, broke, it should eventually show up. Oh, thank you, Jakery the Bakery. Another reward from the subathon yesterday. Thank you, Amy. Looking forward to seeing everybody's reaction, seeing it, because I love it. I think it looks great. And so time passed with its usual speed. I like it. I think they will too.
Ahem. Hope speak. It is now 10
Wow.
a.m.
Wow, nothing for that day.
Please return to your rooms and relax. Let the sound now then. Sweet dreams.
Oh boy, good night indeed. Even after the announcement, I kept searching the island, but I didn't find what we were looking for. After a while, I'd forgotten what I was supposed to be looking for in the first place. In the end, after coming up empty-handed, I returned to the hotel. I didn't see anyone else on my way back here, but I also didn't see them while I was exploring either. That's because, even though this island is so vast, our numbers have drastically decreased since we arrived. I can't think of any other reason than that. I should go back. Ah, there it is. Ah, it looks so good. It does take a little bit to get going, but it is there, so I'm glad for that. Nagito said time runs out at noon tomorrow. Another day is about to end, which means there's only half a day left. I can't imagine the traitor will be revealed by then, since we don't even know if they really exist. And even if they do, it's possible they've forgotten that they're the traitor. All this thinking makes me feel like I should do something, but my brain and body were yearning for rest, probably because of all the walking I did today. As I dozed off, horrible, disgusting images began to surface from the back of my mind, one after the other. But before I could focus on the specifics of those images, I slowly sank into the depths of darkness. Oh boy. There's one more.
Hey,
So Amy's still working on that final one. It'll be ready when she's done, but we got to give her a little bit of time. We're ready for the next Atlas game now. Oh my god. I think giving up is really important. If you don't give up on your dreams, they'll come true. That's just irresponsible and lazy encouragement. No matter how much you try and give without giving up, it's useless in the end. Persistence is just the worst. That's why giving up is so important. But you can't give up if you don't even try.
that's all from Monokuma Theater.
That's actually the worst of all. Oh boy. Good morning.
Ahem. Hope speak. Good morning. Now then.
The scenery this morning is the same as it ever was. I can see the sunlight peeking through the window. I can hear the faint sound of waves crashing on the beach. But the bombs Nagito said are going to destroy all this once time runs out at noon. At the moment, there's nothing about our situation that's changing for the better. Usually I'd go to the restaurant, but what should I do today? As long as I remember what Nagito said. Oh, by the way, I'll be waiting here, so if you want to reveal yourself, come see me anytime. Mr. or Miss Traitor. It sounds like he was planning to hang out at the restaurant all day. Wait a minute, he's going to be there all day? Then if anyone went to the restaurant like they normally do... The bad feeling lingering in my chest grew with each beat of my frantic heart. I immediately ran out of my cottage. Are they setting up that... No, it's too early for this. There's no way. There's no way they're setting up that Nagito's going to be killed, are they? Good morning, Hajime.
Hi.
About yesterday, I may have been somewhat careless with my words. I could not keep myself from snapping at what Kazuichi said, and I acted on my own. Thanks to my actions, everyone ended up going their own separate ways, right? Yeah, but the DLC's not out yet. Soon. Yeah, but what you said wasn't wrong either. I have not given up yet. I will do my very best to live until the very end. If not, I will not be able to face Gundam, Nekomaru, or the others who have died. Not even any sign of Chiaki. Oh boy. The moment I set foot inside the restaurant, the worst case scenario was unfolding before me. Okay, he's not dead yet.
Time's over. Now, where'd you hide the bombs?
That hurts, but I'll never tell. If you really want me to spit it out, you should try torturing me or something.
Huh? Torture?
Maybe you can stab my fingers with that fork over there. Or scoop my eyes out with that spoon. If you're not willing to fill me with despair, there's no way my hope will ever
Akane's hand suddenly wrapped around Nagito's neck, and his face began turning a startling shade of red.
Going with me. Just die already.
Her clenched hands kept squeezing, even tighter, as if she was trying to snap his neck instead of just strangling him.
Hey.
What are you doing? Akane!
This is bad.
Hey, are you alright? Isn't he seriously gonna die? But she was too overcome by rage to acknowledge us. Huh?
Calm down, okay?
Best girl.
You wouldn't do something like that, right? You're not the kind of person who would hurt someone, right? See, it's all right. Yep, no problem.
Jackie is taller than I thought she'd be, honestly. Sorry, I'm awake now.
That's weird.
What was I doing anyway?
Hey.
That's what I want to ask. Don't tell me you were actually thinking about killing him. And that's when it happened. In the corner of my eye, I saw him slowly stand up.
Thanks.
Thank you, Akane. I got to see my dead dog again. I haven't seen him in ages.
Huh?
Serves you right. You probably pissed off Akane in the first place.
Well,
I didn't mean to do that, though. Anyway, thank you for saving me. Looks like I owe you one.
Then,
If you sincerely mean that, please tell us the password to enter the ancient ruin.
huh?
The password to the ancient ruin? What are you going to do with that? Don't play dumb. You've hidden the bombs inside that ruin, right?
You're right.
Yep, I did. Until yesterday. Huh? Talk to everybody again.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Chris Truck. I'll probably have the subathon will probably go live for everybody on my channel on Tuesday. So that should be it. Since you're continuing Saturday, can people still send bits for toppings or no? Yes, but some of the food that's not going to keep, like the anchovies are off the menu, for example, because they're just not going to keep. So those won't be available. So I'll have to adjust the menu a bit before the next one. I only bought one, and there's not really a good way to keep them, fresh for a week. So, until yesterday. What the heck does that mean? Why do you have to go and make things so complicated? How are the pizzas that I ate? Some were okay. Most were not great. Chiaki's the second shortest behind Hiyoko. She just looks tall in that art. Okay. I assumed correctly. He definitely hid the bombs inside the ancient ruins. However, what exactly does he mean by until yesterday?
Damn it.
That bastard. Did he actually move the bomb somewhere else? Oh, Scrumbolio, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. Thanks, Chiaki, for stopping Akane. No, I didn't do anything. Akane isn't the sort of person who could seriously do something like that in the first place. Is that so?
I think.
But more importantly, it might be better if we listen to what Nagito has to say. I think.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep them on the list, but we're gonna have a hard stop time at 9 o'clock Eastern. We're gonna go from 10 to 9. That way, Amy has time to do her stream, because I don't want to interrupt her stream 2 weeks in a row. Seriously, I messed up. I made you freak out. It's like I wasn't myself anymore. I don't even know what didn't even realize what I was doing. Bacon bits is good. Yeah, I've had bacon bits on pizza. I've had that as part of like, I've had it like, some places their Hawaiian pizzas are ham, bacon, and pineapple. Hey Nagito, what do you mean by until yesterday?
Well,
there wasn't anything important inside the ancient ruin, just some familiar scenery. Familiar scenery?
jeez.
I got bored of it. Also, if I hid them in there, it would be completely meaningless. So even if you had managed to learn the password to the ancient ruin, it has no meaning anymore. Now that I've moved the bombs somewhere else.
Hey.
But they were inside the ancient ruin, right?
I'm glad.
Anyway, I guess it was right for me to move them. They were about to be found before the traitor confessed.
Oh,
Well, it's not like it really matters. In fact, that might be better.
amazing.
To make hope shine even brighter.
Bastard!
Stop talking crazy and tell us where you moved the bombs already. Looks like you're in a hurry. Well, that's understandable. After all, time runs out today.
Hey,
Then let's begin the final battle. The final battle between the traitor and everyone else. The final battle between hope and despair. The place I had the bombs this time is a place you've all visited at least once.
Hey!
That's it. That's too broad.
see?
It shouldn't be that hard if you guys split up. For now, why don't you guys search everywhere as fast as you can? As long as everyone cooperates, it should be easy to find out where the bombs are. What the heck?
This is exciting.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's going to be fine. As long as you believe in the hope within your heart, all your hearts, the path should open. With that, Nagito walked away and left us with his sinister mixed message. Damn it, why does he have to still be alive?
Dumbass!
Now's not the time to complain about stuff like that.
Oh.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Besides, we don't have time to fight amongst ourselves.
You are right.
We must hurry and search for the bombs. We should still have time to stop them.
I mean...
I don't know why he would get flack. He's doing amazing as Nagito. But based on all the places we searched, I don't know where we should look.
Shut the hell up!
The only thing we can do is split up and cover as much ground as we can. There are exactly 6 of us. Each person should be in charge of searching an island.
Damn it.
Then leave this island to me. I already have the layout of this island in my head. I love Minimaru. If Akane has the first island, then I'll do the second one. Miss Sonia should get the smallest island. Are you okay with searching the central island? Huh? But
Anyway...
you're probably not good at covering ground anyway, right? It's fine if it's fine. You can search the central island. Chiaki, you search the third island with the hospital. Hajime, you search the amusement park island. And I'll handle the final island. Alright, then let's do it. Let's hurry up and find those bombs so we can take care of Nagito once and for all. We stormed out of the restaurant and immediately left to search for the bombs. We didn't have time to even think about who the traitor is. But it's ironic. Nagito is the reason we're all splitting up, but the reason we're all cooperating is because of Nagito too. It's pretty damn ironic. Honestly, I expect the bomb to be either in Monami's place or in the trial room. I'm in charge of searching the 4th island. I should search every nook and cranny. According to Nagito, the bombs have enough power to easily wipe out this entire island. And it's probably not very small. I'll definitely find it. We'll go this way instead. Phew. Yeah, I like pepperoni and mushrooms, 7th Ouroboros. It's possible that the bombs were placed inside this train. It's no use. I don't see anything that looks like a bomb. Sarcasm. Nah, that's legit. Pepperoni and mushrooms. Good stuff. Damn it. I don't see the friggin' bombs anywhere. Nothing good come from rushing. I should try looking somewhere else. Oh no, I like pineapple. And pineapple is great. It's no use. There's nothing suspicious here either. No sign of the final Monokuma doll. What? Hajime? What? I don't have time to deal with you. Did you see? Did you see? Huh? Robber? Yeah, this is bad. My important thing got stolen. Smashman, thank you very much for the 100 bits saying birthday bits for BitNerd. By the way, the Another Code remake reminded me of the Famicom Detective Club remakes, so today I started playing The Missing Heir. There are some archaic design choices, that's to be expected from a game made in the 80s, but it's otherwise very intriguing, especially for how dark things get for an in-house Nintendo game. Yeah, I'm still curious about those. I haven't had a chance to pick them up, but I do want to try those at some point. Her important thing was stolen? Now's not the time to deal with her. I need to hurry and find those bombs. Well, let's go inside her house. Where's her house? Shouldn't we have gotten there? The bombs shouldn't be small. If I find them, it should be really obvious. Damn it, looks like there's nothing in here. Where's her house? Oh, here they are. I forgot I was that close to the castle. Westtown HD, thank you very much for the raid. We are playing through Danganronpa 2, my first time. Just to give you a heads up though, this is chapter 5, so we are very much late game. Fortunately, nothing spoilerish is on the screen other than the appearance of one of the islands. But just to give a heads up for all of the people in your raid, so we don't spoil anything. But it looks like you were playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. Awesome. I hope you're enjoying it if it's the first time playing. And hopefully everybody had a lot of fun. Alright. Gonna give a little heads up, but we're gonna continue on here so we can see, because I'm intrigued. I want to see where this chapter 5 goes. The door is open? Looks like I can go inside, but it's possible that the bombs were hidden in here. Alright, let's go. This is where I kind of expected it to be. What the world? How should I describe this place? It's so cloyingly cute that I feel like I'm going to be sick. Yeah. Why is Hajime in my house? The door was wide open. Oh, what? As soon as she heard that, Monami waddled to the door and... Yeah, it's broken. My security system is broken. Very nice. I will take my leave though, because this is something I want to try one day. FF7 is great for... thanks for asking. No problem whatsoever. I hope you enjoy it when you get to try it yourself, and I don't blame you for heading out. But thank you very much for that raid. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying FF7. I still need to beat Intergrade myself, but man, I love the base 7. I can't wait for Rebirth. The robber probably did it. No, a robber is no excuse. A female teacher with a young boy student in her house is just inappropriate. I've been splattered with disgrace. Jeez, she's noisy. No hidden Monokuma that I'm seeing. Are these monitors? They're not displaying anything right now, but why are there so many? Are you monitoring us with these? So I was right. There's surveillance cameras all over the island, and the footage those cameras are recording. You were watching that footage on these monitors. You were monitoring us, weren't you? I was, until Monokuma appeared. I no longer have my magic stick, and because of that, Monokuma stole all my powers. So I don't have the authority to monitor everyone anymore. These monitors are useless. Huh? What does that stick have to do with the surveillance cameras? Anyway, I can't monitor everyone anymore. I have no other way of following your movements unless I rely on these somewhat nifty ears. I don't really understand, but does that mean Monokuma has been watching us from those surveillance cameras?
Wrong.
No, it's probably not him either. In his current state, he shouldn't even need to use those cameras. His power keeps increasing beyond my expectations. He's surpassed any standard of measuring it. Hey, stop talking about stuff that doesn't make sense. Who's watching those surveillance cameras?
Got it?
They probably only matter to the outside? Outside? Do you mean the group that's controlling you and Monokuma? I see, so the people outside the island are watching the footage captured by the surveillance cameras and... Well, let's just brush that whole thing aside. There's no way I can do that. But I can't say. Hey. Is she trying to cover it up by crying? That's exactly what Monokuma does. Just as I thought, I can't trust her at all. What the heck is this? Monomi plushies on hangers? Ah, don't go touching my things without permission. They're important. Your own plushies? You must love yourself, just like Monokuma.
Wrong.
You're wrong. Please don't compare me to that thing. You don't have enough delicacy. Entering a woman's house without her permission and touching her things makes your teacher very sad. This will not be allowed. Hajime needs a class in morality. Delicacy and morality? I don't think those things have anything to do with each other.
That's right.
I shall give you a special private lesson after school. Miss Monomi will slowly and thoroughly give you a good teaching. Well, wow, that sounds really inappropriate. Once again, I've been splattered with disgrace. Such a sticky and gooey disgrace. You're the one who started saying it.
No.
Average room of a Monomi fan. Are there Monomi fans out there? I've been splattered with disgrace. Such sticky disgrace. So anyway, you said something about a robber. Are you talking about Monokuma? Monokuma wouldn't do something as cheap as breaking the block. Ever since he took over my power, he can do anything he wants on this island as long as he wills it. Power, will. You're always so melodramatic. But if it wasn't Monokuma, does that mean the robber is one of us? I'm not doubting my students or anything, but my important thing was definitely stolen. Well, what is your important thing anyway? My treasure box. I don't think any of us would steal Monomi's treasure box. But if someone did, why would they steal it in the first place? Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. Well, if I come across it. Alrighty, that's enough of your questions. Now it's my turn to question you. Me?
Hey.
Why did you suddenly come to the amusement park? It's strange that you're walking around alone. Oh, you're a fan, DGC. Okay. Did something happen? Something did happen. Huh? That's right. I don't have time to waste at a place like this. Hey, I need to ask you an important question. Do you know where they are? Somewhere on Jabberwock Island, Nagito.
Hey. Hey.
Why, hello there, Monomi. Want to play with your big brother? Monokuma? What's with your sudden invitation? We've never played before. Come on, everyone's busy. You shouldn't interfere. So hurry up and come play with me. My ears. Please don't pull my ears.
I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll let you students handle the rest. Do your best. Dang it. He always interferes whenever we're discussing something important. I guess he really is monitoring us. No, now's not the time to complain. I should get back to searching for the bombs. I shouldn't waste any more time. I gotta take a drink. I leapt out of the Monomi house and returned to searching for the bombs.
Hey.
Hajime, I found them. You found them?
Damn it.
Yeah, a shit ton of bombs were piled on top of each other. God damn, I didn't expect to actually find bombs. Where'd you find them? Near that stupid factory where the life-size Monokuma plushies are made. The plushie factory. Got it. I'll go tell Kazuichi and Akane. Can you tell Sonia and Chiaki? Yeah, got it. We'll meet in front of the bombs later. Meet in front of the bombs. What's going to happen after that? Will we be able to stop them? No, there's no point in thinking about that right now. I need to tell Sonia and Chiaki about the bombs first. Sonia should be on the central island, and Chiaki should be on the third island. Alright, we actually found the bombs. I'm honestly kind of surprised that happened. Sonia should be here on the central island, but the only place on this island where bombs could probably be hidden is Jabberwock Park. If that's the case, maybe Sonia's searching there? Yep, time to go get everyone. Let's see if we have to clean up the poop. I'm just waiting till my pet grows. Then we're not going to worry about it because I think we're not going to be able to hatch a third one. Or worry about hatching a third one. And there's Jabberwock Park. Huh? That's weird. I don't see her anywhere. Hey, Sonia. I'm right here.
Too bad.
Just kidding. It's only me.
Yes, indeed.
Hajime used call Sonia, but nothing happened. Because she's already gone to a faraway place. Huh? Just kidding. If you're looking for Sonia, she was walking around near the military base. The military base? The one on the final island? Did she already hear about the bombs? Is that why she went to the final island? But even so, there's no reason for her to be at the military base. Because the bombs were found at the plushie factory. I don't really understand it, but I'll head over there after I talk to Chiaki. Maybe she went to the base on her own without knowing anything about the bombs. Chiaki should be at the third island. Alright, let's go. What the heck is going on here? I have no idea what we're in store for. It feels like somebody's gonna die soon. I don't know why when there's bombs involved, but it just feels like it. Huh? Near the music venue? Is that? It is! It's Chiaki! I think that's this way. No, that's the hospital. Nope, that was not it either. I think I went the wrong way. Yep, went the wrong way. Whoops. Implying bombs are dangerous. Kinda. But I don't think they're gonna die from bombs. Chiaki's near the music venue. I need to hurry and tell her about the bombs. Oh, she's outside. Chiaki, I've been looking for you.
What happened?
Don't respond so slowly. It's the bombs. We found the bombs. Hurry over to the plushie factory. Hey, are you listening? This is no time to space out.
Yep.
Ah, you're right. The bombs are bad, right? We gotta go to the plushie factory. I'll head over. At least be a little more nervous. Even in a situation like this, she moves at a snail's pace. Alright, I should hurry over to the final island and meet up with Sonia at the military base. Why is everyone feeling a little suspicious? That's the first time I felt any kind of suspicion against Chiaki. Maybe we are the traitor. I don't know. Gotta have sus before death. I mean, that's true, Dancer Lady, but man, it's... Before I go to the plushie factory, I need to meet up with Sonia at the military base first. I forget which way that was, but... Let's see, King Industries. Oh, there it is. God, that's gross. Oh, we've lit 2 snakes out into the world. Oh, thank you. 100 mono coins, ramen, coconut juice. Thanks. Alright, that's that. Military base. Sonia, there she is. What is she doing in a place like this? Looks like Sonia is digging around in the back of that truck. Hey, what are you doing? Ah!
My,
Hajime, please do not startle
I
me.
am concerned.
Phew, I thought my heart was going to explode. Explode? Anyway, what are you doing here? Weren't you searching the central island? I was, but there was something I needed to confirm here. Never mind that for now. We found them. What did you find? The bombs, obviously. They found the bombs at the plushie factory. Huh? The bombs are at the factory? Let's hurry over to the plushie factory. The others should already be there too. Hey, what are you stalling for? If we don't hurry, it'll be too late.
You are right.
You are right. I understand. I shall make my way to there shortly, so please go on without me. Huh?
I am sorry.
It is going to be fine. I will catch up with you soon. Got it. Then I'll start heading over. I don't know what Sonia wants to do, but there's no time to argue about it. I left Sonia for now and decided to go to the plushie factory first. The hell is happening? But why is she even at the military base? I could just ask her later. Anyway, the bombs are the biggest priority. I should hurry over to the plushie factory. I feel like either Sonia or Nagito is going to die. Probably Sonia. That's just kind of the feeling I'm getting right now. She looks like she's close to figuring something out. Huh? Where's Sonia? I told her about the bombs, but she wouldn't listen to me. She said she'd catch up with us later.
Huh?
Later? Why? She should know that now isn't the time for that, but...
Well...
Can I go bring her?
Dumbass.
Do you really think there's time for that, you freaking dumbass? You're right. We need to stop the bombs first. Alright, let's go. My God, he's an idiot. We stilled our nerves and charged into the factory. The first thing I noticed was the roaring engine of a nearby truck. A truck? Why? You already got the Monokuma out of there, so that's definitely not it. These are the bombs?
Damn right.
Look closely, the bombs are right in front of us.
I see.
Ah, I see. I was wondering where that sound was coming from, but it sounds like it was the engine.
What's going on?
What the heck? There's a truck inside the factory? There's a truck parked in the middle of the factory. A lot of dangerous looking objects are loaded on the bed of the truck. Those things on top of the bed, is that it?
Damn it.
I don't know how powerful they are or if they have enough power to blow up the entire island, but if there were that many, they must be extremely powerful. Did he really drive this truck and carry over all these bombs?
Damn it.
Kazuichi, can't you disarm these bombs? You're good at this kind of stuff, right? I thought I could, but it looks like the engine is also acting as the detonator. Damn it, so that's why the engine is still running. The bombs are set up so when the engine stops running, the insulator will blow off and trigger the explosion. I don't care how it's built. Can you disarm it or not? It's impossible. I don't have enough time. The main detonator was put inside this bulky metal box and welded shut. There's no way I can disarm it if I can't get this thing open. So it's going to take you a long time. That's not good. I mean, it's almost...
This is bad.
Yeah, noon. What if we use the tools at the military base?
Hey.
We don't have time for that. The truck engine is a detonator, right? Then can't we stall for time by adding gasoline? It's no use. The fuel cap has been welded on too.
I'm gonna do it!
Then I'll just drive the truck into the sea.
Bastard!
You can't. You don't even have a driver's license. Who cares for you, Hiko? Are you seriously going to stop me? I thought your family was all about breaking the law.
Damn it.
But even that's impossible. There's a chain wrapped around the wheel. If we can't disarm the bomb, stall for time, or move the truck, who cares if she has a license at this point? There's nothing we can do.
Hey.
Hey, check it out. Huh?
See?
there's some kind of machine on top of that metal box Kazuichi mentioned. Huh? The machine on top of the box? Oh, this looks like a card reader. A card reader? Maybe we could disarm the bomb if we swipe the key card?
You serious?
What? Wait, that might be possible. Nagito wouldn't be able to disarm these bombs if he didn't leave some way of doing that, right?
Huh?
Maybe he never planned to disarm them from the start. No, I don't think that's it. Nagito is probably trying to make us do something here. What do you mean, something?
So,
Knowing Nagito, there's definitely some kind of theme to this, I think. A theme? That bastard probably would do something messed up like that.
All right.
Then we gotta find that. Nagito is trying to make us do something here. If that's true, what's he trying to make us do this time? As I recall, this is the break room, but now's not the time to look around here. More importantly, what's that thing over there? Theme, huh? Man, I don't even know what a theme looks like. How am I supposed to find something if I don't know what it is? Hey, Hajime, what does a theme look like? It should be fun if you just look around for anything suspicious. Alright, leave it to me.
Maybe.
Whoever set up the bombs will get caught in the explosion if they don't have a way to disarm them. If you think about it like that, then it's obvious there'd be a way to disarm them, right? Not what I meant to hit.
Damn it.
I'm keeping an eye out for the hidden Monokuma. A theme. That bastard probably would do something messed up like that. I feel like there's something that wasn't here the first time I came here. Instead of Monokuma's life-size plushies, there's something else in front of me that I can't stop staring at. So this truck is just one big bomb. Nagito's theme has something to do with disarming the bomb might be around here. I need to try to find that first. I'm missing something? Huh. Oh, there's the laptop. I completely missed the laptop. Sheesh, I was looking directly in front of me. There's a laptop on top of the stopped conveyor belt. This wasn't here the last time I came, right?
how suspicious.
It looks suspicious. It might be good if we examine it thoroughly. Yeah, you're right. As soon as I touched the laptop, some kind of program began running all of a sudden. And almost immediately, a video started playing.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, everyone. Great work. So you really found the bombs, huh? Believing you was completely worth it. Nagito?
Perhaps.
It looks like a video message from Nagito.
You pissed me
A
off.
video message? If he's got something to say, he can say it to our faces.
Hey, bastard.
Just hold on. For now, let's watch this through to the end.
Now then.
Now that you guys have found the bombs, all you need to do is stop it. To tell you the truth, it's actually not that hard to do. You see, there's a card reader on top of the metal box. As long as you can scan an e-handbook, it will disarm the bombs.
Leave it to me.
Alright, if that's the case, then just leave it to me. However,
Well,
it won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor's student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward. So if things stay this way, it'll look like I lost, right? That's why I was thinking I should have another battle. So this is going to be your last chance, traitor. What are you going to do? Everyone's life depends on you. Whether or not you save them is up to you. Now then, I wonder how this is going to end. Will the traitor's identity finally be revealed? Oh boy. Oh boy. And with that, the video ended. The traitor's student handbook?
Don't tell me.
So that's it. This was also a trap to weed out the traitor.
Hey.
Is there seriously a traitor? If there is, why they should have come forward already. I mean, their life is in danger too, you know? That's true, but stop whining and complaining. We should do it one at a time.
You.
Don't be stupid. What if someone besides the traitor uses their handbook?
Hey.
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this. And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket. Huh? And without hesitating, swiped the card reader. Looks like it was wrong.
See?
Who's next?
Hey.
What are you doing? If you make a mistake, the bombs might blow up.
You think so?
But they didn't.
Hey.
That's just a fluke. Don't act so careless in a situation like this.
Anyway.
Well, I guess Chiaki's not the traitor. I was wrong. It is not Chiaki. I don't think the traitor would have swiped their handbook right away like she did. So what are we going to do? Who wants to try next?
Hey.
Like I said, don't act so careless. Swiping the wrong card might be safe, but only once, you know?
Huh?
Hey, what happened?
Well.
Nothing. I might just be overthinking it, but the engine somehow sounds... Just then, Kazuichi's face turned pale and he rushed over to the truck. And then, as he tilted his head toward the engine, he suddenly shouted, "It's out of gas!"
What'd you say?
Huh? What's going to happen if there's no gas? I already told you, it's going to blow. But isn't it too soon? I mean, there's still time until noon.
Kidding me?
Did Nagito miscalculate?
Serious?
Miscalculate? If you're going to set us up, at least get your calculations right, damn it. At least Monokuma knows how to keep a schedule.
Are you
Hey,
serious?
can't we do anything about it? Is there something else? Is there something we can do?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one thing we could do. What is it? What do we have to do? Scan your ebooks! Sonia's the traitor, isn't she? Because she's the only one not here. Pray.
Are you
Oh, brother.
kidding me?
You freaking serious? Then we should run! With those words, we started sprinting away. And that's when it happened.
It is all right. It is not a bomb.
Huh? All of a sudden, the inside of the factory began overflowing with a dazzling light. What the hell is this? Looks like they're fireworks. Fireworks? While we stood there dumbfounded, the fireworks slowly decreased their intensity. And eventually...
Oh my.
This means... It wasn't a bomb? What the heck? I mean, Nagito said... So it is just as I thought. As you thought?
Hey.
Hey everyone, look over there. The laptop. It looks like it's playing another video. Is it Nagito again? We immediately rushed over to the laptop. Yeah, a pile of fireworks definitely would have caused a lot of problems and damage, especially at that, with that many. So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them. Damn it, so it was all a bluff. Then what was that bomb he detonated at the hotel? Nagito went to the octagon inside the funhouse, right?
Don't tell me.
Is that where he got that bomb? But it definitely wasn't strong enough to blow up an island. Nagito was lying about that.
You pissed me
Is he
off.
still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get.
Hey.
Let's think about it after we've watched the whole thing. You're right.
Hey.
So how did it go? Did the traitor come forward? If I had to guess, well, I'd say they didn't, right? So then which is it? It'd make me very happy if you guys could tell me. They've accidentally attributed this to Hajime. I just realized that. Whoops. I'll be at the warehouse next door waiting for your answer. From there, we'll compare our answers, and I'll let you know who the traitor really is. See you later. The warehouse next door? That's where Nagito is?
I won't forgive you.
This time I'll make sure to beat the crap out of him. Then I'll deliver the final blow and smash his head in with a wrench.
Jeez.
You bastards, what are you saying? You guys can just beat the shit out of him because I'm the one who's gonna freaking kill him. You guys, you've totally flipped your lids. Now's not the time to be calm. We need to stop them.
That is an order.
You are right. Let us make haste. Can I go into the break room? 3 people are ready to kill. Jeez. Oh, good night, Cat Evie. Take care.
Huh?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. Hey, I totally know how you feel, but calm down.
Wait.
Shut up. Huh? Everyone's feet came to a grinding halt. Their red, angry faces instantly transformed into a look of caution. Akane, what is it? Can you hear something? It's coming from the other side of this door. The other side of this door? As I listened carefully, I could make out a soft sound coming from inside the warehouse. Music? What's he planning? Is this another one of Nagito's traps? Maybe the moment we open the door, a real bomb is going to go kaboom.
Now then.
Alright, let's open it up and find out.
Huh?
Please do not, Akane. It is dangerous.
Yo,
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem.
leave it to me.
Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse.
Huh?
Huh? It's not opening? I have no idea where this is going. The fact that Akane has had a few moments where she hears stuff tells me that Ibuki was meant to live longer because she's the one with the good ears. It does kind of seem like that, doesn't it? But Akane is a bit more practical than Ibuki. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it.
Hey, hey.
I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay?
You?
Somebody killed Nagito. I totally believe that at this point. Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just got to use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Instinctively, we tensed our bodies and braced ourselves. But... Huh? What's this? What happened?
Yo,
Look inside.
it sure is dark.
Looks like there aren't any lights on. Is Nagito really in here?
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume.
Do you guys hear something?
Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap?
No, I'm not talking about the music.
And as if on cue, it suddenly started. Huh?
It's on fire!
A fearsome blaze suddenly began dancing inside the dark warehouse, like fiery wings spreading before us.
What's going on?
Oh no! We must extinguish these flames!
What the
Let us
heck?
hurry and put them out!
Hey.
But how are we supposed to put this fire out? There should be fire extinguishing supplies inside the factory break room. Perhaps we should use those? Got it. Let's head to the break room. After listening to Sonia, we ran into the factory. Why am I getting the feeling that Sonia killed Nagito?
Damn it!
Fine, Fuyuhiko. Hold on.
Well,
Oh, good night, Egg Roll. Take care. I had a feeling that Chiaki emote would get used a lot for Sleepy. The break room is just beyond this door. There should be a fire extinguisher supplies there. Okay. Okay. Weird to have a 3D shot. Where are the fire extinguishing supplies? Huh, I thought it was going to be in here. Those are fire grenades, not fire extinguishers. A huge supply of lined up plastic bottles. It looks like there's some kind of liquid inside them. You found it. Those are fire grenades. Fire grenades? They're basic fire extinguishing goods. Oh, I had no idea. They're a real thing for putting out fires? I had no idea that was a thing. When you throw them at a fire, the container breaks and the chemical inside puts out the fire.
Strange, no?
But this is strange. The last time I peeked inside this place, I recall seeing other fire extinguishing supplies too. This should be plenty. Let's hurry up and go back to the warehouse. We grabbed all the fire grenades and rushed back to the warehouse. I'd never heard of fire grenades. I thought it was to cause fire. Make sure you don't get too close to the fire. It's dangerous. Take care not to inhale the smoke as well. We should throw the grenades from the door at the same time.
Damn it!
Looks like the curtain in the back is burning up. We just have to aim for that, right?
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's go. We aimed for the curtain in the back and threw all the fire grenades one after the other.
Hey,
But
is it just me? Or does it feel like the fire's not going out at all?
the curtain absorbed the impact of the thrown grenades, which fell on the floor and shattered. They were completely ineffective at extinguishing the burning
Does it
curtain.
not seem like the fire is intensifying? If the fire continues to rise, it will inflame the ceiling.
This is bad. We've already used up all the fire grenades.
What are we gonna do? All we can do now is pray for rain!
Don't be stupid. There's no way it'll conveniently start raining if we pray for it. It's raining?
So this is the power of the Japanese Terra
Oh my god.
That's not it. It looks like the sprinkler's activated.
Took them enough time.
Oh, the sprinklers. They must have detected the smoke and turned on.
Water continued to vigorously pour out of the sprinklers. You'd think they'd be a little faster detecting the smoke, but sure. And after a while, the fire in the warehouse was completely extinguished. Looks like the fire is out. That is a relief. The hell? Man, my merch is drenched. It got all splattered with water and now it's soaked. It's so wet.
Hey,
Hey, is it okay to look inside now?
just a minute.
Huh? Time out. You can't. Nuh-uh, no way. Why can't we go inside? Smoke and hazardous gas are still spread throughout the warehouse, so it's gotta ventilate for a while.
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess you're right. It'd be a problem if we breathed in any lingering smoke. So, for the sake of your health, please wait for just a little while. While you're waiting, why don't you check out the Monokuma Theater I freshly prepared? Okay. Sure?
You're so stupid!
Everything is a lie. Monokuma doesn't exist. The Monokuma Theater doesn't exist. Everything is fiction. There's no meaning whatsoever. There's no relationship whatsoever. Everything was made. Monokuma can't be found anywhere. What are you doing here anyway? Wasting time?
Yes, indeed!
Yes, now that the Monokuma Theater is over, I'm sure it's finished ventilating by now. Also, I'm finally starting to feel better. Just because my important merch was ruined doesn't mean I should be depressed about it forever. Whenever I feel depressed, I always ask myself this question.
But hold on!
Why are your eyes on the front?
I got it!
So we can move forward. Don't be sad about what's already happened and be positive. We get it already.
Jeez.
Enough with your bullshit.
I'll leave the rest
Okay,
to you!
I'll leave the rest to you guys. I turned on the light for you guys too. You might hurt yourself if it's dark.
Here.
Now, go ahead. Go right ahead. Ahead. Good night, Oscar.
Perhaps.
Is Nagito inside? He said he was in the video message, but he probably escaped by now. There was so much fire and smoke, and I thought I'd finally get to beat the crap out of him this time.
Hey.
Well, why don't we go inside and see how it's doing?
You.
Hajime, what happened? Well, nothing happened, but I don't know why. My heart is racing. It won't settle down. I'm scared, as if an intense malice is about to stab me. stabbed me through the whole body. And I can't even budge. It feels like everything was too late. Why do I feel this anxious? Because Nagito is probably dead.
Well...
Hajime, you go first. I need to tie my shoes.
Anyway...
Well, we should go inside for now. We need to find out what caused the fire.
Well?
Nagito said he'd be waiting for us in the warehouse. By now, he's probably escaped. But there's only one entrance to the warehouse, so Did you see him leaving? No, I didn't. But he might have escaped while we left to get the fire grenades. In fact, he might have been gone before the fire even happened. I was wondering why he had a deep breath. Like, are you okay? I think just regular food. Sorry to ruin the tension, but Amy was over in the other side of the room, and all of a sudden went, whew, and I'm like, are you okay? That's a deep breath there. And she tells me that Yoshi, the culprit right here, you can just barely see him, farted really badly. And she's still trying to get this air away. Oh no. I'm not used to dog farts, I gotta say. Okay. Alright then. He's just sort of standing there. I don't get it. Yeah, he's like just kind of staring at Amy. Cat farts? Are cat farts bad? I don't even know. Yoshi's gonna murder you guys next. Don't light a match. That'll be the next fire. No, you can't see that. Oh god, soy sauce. I remember a few years back my dog farted and jump scared himself from it. Oh my god. Chris Struck, as a person who has two dogs that fart a lot, you never really get used to it. I never think I've ever had a dog that farted.
I mean, it's only when they eat yucky stuff, so they must eat some people food or something.
You must have stolen something somewhere.
Or something outside or
yeah. Oh well. Anyway, back to potential murder. By gas. That might be true, but Chiaki, does she feel the same anxiety I'm feeling?
Damn it.
Nagito probably started it anyway. Damn it, the next time I see him, I'll beat the crap out of him.
It is strange.
I do not believe there was anything inside the warehouse that could start a fire. So why did the warehouse catch fire? It's very possible Nagito just died. Anyway, let's go inside. Next I push something. A charred odor permeated throughout the warehouse, and the air was so heavy that it was hard to breathe. The moment I set foot inside the warehouse, a mixture of bewilderment, anxiety, and fear overtook me at once.
It smells.
Something smells.
Hey!
It's not me!
I am sorry.
It's Yoshi! I'm terribly sorry.
You serious?
Huh? Miss Sonia, say it ain't so. No, it's not that. It's like a smell I've never smelled before.
Like...
Well, it makes sense there's a lot of strange smells when a bunch of different things were burned.
Hey.
Hey everyone, did you know about that curtain? You mean the curtain that was on fire, right? What do you mean no?
See?
I didn't notice it until the curtain was burning, but there's space on the other side of it too. When I looked where Chiaki was pointing, there was still space beyond the burned, tattered curtain. Okay, so it's not that one.
It smells.
I definitely smell something. What is this smell? I didn't notice until the curtain was burning, but there's space on the other side.
Could it be?
It might be better if we check it out, right? It's like a cell phone player thing over there. What the heck? What a mess. Well, I don't feel sorry that's about it, since it was the only things that got burned were Monokuma merch.
For for sure.
I see. So there was a space beyond the curtain. I had no idea.
Oh,
Excuse
my.
me. That smell was Miss Sonia? Seriously? I guess princesses, you know, do that too. My mind is blown. What are you, a child? Yes. Oh boy. I walked toward the burned, tattered curtain with slow, methodical steps. I'd never experienced such an oppressive atmosphere before, and I couldn't help holding my breath. And then, on the other side of the curtain, I saw the true source of the intense malice that I had been feeling. If the body can't be identified, I don't know if he's actually dead. Nope, that's a body. Oh, God. Holy crap. Well, that's like the most violent death we've seen in this series. I had no idea what I was looking at. Wow, after all this time, I honestly expected Nagito to live to the end until we started getting this ominous feeling. Wow. And nobody feels bad. By the time I realized I was looking at the remains of Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student, time had already stopped. So we're going to have to assume that whoever the traitor is killed Nagito. Wow. First death you see in Danganronpa 1 is also up there? Yeah, probably. It's been a while since I've seen that scene, but yeah. Not so lucky after all, right? Did you call that one, Amy, that Nagito would be the one?
I thought Nagito would kill Chiaki.
That's right. Now it's time to figure out who killed Nagito. No way it's that simple. I mean, probably not. Probably not. Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. It is true. We got like holy music. We got almost a crucifixion. We got a very odd mystery here. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. I have to imagine that I've made a point not to watch any of Game Grumps Play Chapter 5. I have to imagine Danny was just elated. 556, happy birthday? Oh, you guys got me a dead Nagito for my birthday. Thank you so much. It's a joke, Amy. Ugh. Nagito is dead. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend that reality yet. What?
What?
What's going on here? Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, it's Nagito, you know? That's right. It's Nagito. He always messed with us. He always tried to confuse us. That's why I can't believe it. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito couldn't escape that truth. But even something as small as that... Huh.
A body has been discovered. Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the
Dead with his eyes
trial
open too,
will
yeah.
begin.
Don't tell me.
The body discovery announcement? Then it's for real?
Hey!
The Nagito is really dead? I just realized we're gonna have this like way smaller survivor list after this game than we had for Danganronpa 1. 6 students survived that. Are we only gonna have 4 survive this one? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we only have 5 survive at the rate we're going. Weird.
Damn it.
It's not that he's just dead. It's if the body discovery announcement was made, does that mean that Nagito was killed? Killed. Plus, it's one of us. I mean, that's what it means, right? One of us killed Nagito? I mean, everybody had a pretty good motive. One of us killed him so brutally? Then it's going to start again? Huh? The class trial is going to start soon, right? Then... Yep, we gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is. No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave this island, right? Then the time for action is now. So allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma Hold it right there. What? Don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way. Shut up. I can't stand this anymore. How much longer are you going to keep putting them through this? No more. I won't let you. I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions.
Hey.
Say something.
What's this?
Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Monami. You just now noticed?
Lie.
Anyway, Monami, if you're going to talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? Huh? What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know. What? No fair! You're shutting up too! Enough already. We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please do not say anything else that will confuse us.
Hey.
Anyway, let's begin. Huh? But,
This is just...
I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as a killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't even prevent it. I know, that's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice!
It looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Monami.
Don't fuck with me!
That's right, there's potentially only 4 survivors if there's a mastermind, 7th Ouroboros. I don't know if there's a mastermind this time around. I don't know. Don't mess with me. We're tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time. Does that mean you guys are getting bored of this school trip?
Actually...
Don't worry, the end is near. Huh? The end?
What's the matter?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right? The meaning behind that Monokuma timer. I guess there's only 2 days left, huh? When that timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what will happen to us? The killing school trip will be over.
Hey.
If this will finally be over,
You serious?
does that mean we can go home?
What are you gonna do?
Don't count your bears before they've hatched. There's still something you gotta do before that, right? So once again, alright.
File!
Of course, this is unlucky stream number 13. Yeah, unlucky for Nagito. Wow, that's something. You guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterward at all.
Do your best.
Wait!
Hold
I
on.
won't forgive you.
I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there. What do you guys think? If the school trip is nearly at an end, it's safe to think we can go home, right?
But still...
Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Damn it!
Even if we can go home, it'll be the end for us if we screw up here.
All right!
Then let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go back home.
However...
It is nice to think that everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's a killer among us. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito? Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. There are a lot of odd clues here. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. This is a new song. isn't it? The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. Is this too loud, by the way? It's very good. I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. Oh, I know you probably want to be louder, but we're gonna keep it just a little bit. I'm gonna just lower it just a little bit. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again? But what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate, so we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. The name of this song is at the top left. Oh, okay. That's cool. Alright, before we start investigating, my two top suspects are Sonia and Kazuichi. Kazuichi because he's the one that mentioned the time and mentioned it going off early. I don't know. Something about that just rings tricky to me. And Sonia because she was gone, but that also makes her super obvious, and that makes me unsure. Have I missed our final Monokuma, hidden Monokuma? I've not seen it anywhere. Everyone was split up, so it's hard to know. But they said his death was at noon. Not yet. Okay.
So just as I
If
thought.
only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial, then we can think about what will happen after. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way? It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. Okay. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey. No response. He's dead, Jim. Monokuma. Just kidding. I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too. Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading. What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like he got stabbed, and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you
I had
saying?
nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, mon ami, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end. I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. I have no idea how this murder took place. Not even a clue. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... yeah, the firebombs. What's your prediction, Amy? Who killed him? Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. Yeah, the file said he died at noon. That's the most suspicious thing for me right now. It's a tough one. So it's kind of, we were all together except for Sonia, but that doesn't always mean anything. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Excuse me. Yeah, noon was only a little bit before, like, basically noon was supposed to be when that went off, but we had the bomb was supposed to go off at noon, but apparently they went off a little early. We got the message, told to go meet Nagito in this room, but then the fire started, we couldn't get into it. So we don't know how much time was in between all of that, so it's possible the fire was being used to cover up the death, but again, how do you do that when everybody's together? Yeah. It's a good mystery. It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
An oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm. Is a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means...
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably just planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. It caused a fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... We'll look at the body last. Well, the bomb ended up being fireworks. Monokuma's the only one who would have had very low security, no fire extinguishers, only fire grenades and sprinklers to take a while. Yeah. It mattered for Gundam's killings and for Mikon's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time. Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's 12:30 p.m. So it also has a clock function. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. Fire only started as soon as the door was kicked in. I had a thought, but I lost it.
Like,
I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen? Huh? What's going to happen? This rotten school trip is going to end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey, hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up.
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could it be worse than that?
Damn it.
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with the countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. And don't bring up strange stuff like that. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see a girder right next to it, right? There.
see?
Can you see that red streak? Huh? Oh, wow. You're right. I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps.
Is that blood? Blood? I remember what I was going to say. What's the strange smell that Akane never smelled before? Because at first I thought it was the smell of burning flesh. You know, because I figured Nagito got burnt to death. But if it's not that, what is it? Right, but she's smelled dead bodies before. I mean, it could also just be the smell of the burning merch, but I'm not sure. I don't think the grenades. It's just too point of a thing to point out, I guess. The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Oh, the blood's always pink in Danganronpa, just to emphasize the brutality less. I say this as we look at Nagito. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. He was strung up there at first. That's what that blood on the rope is. You can see it from the one that's closest to us. Plus, he's still tied to something else. Only one limb is free. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. A lot of things. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs were all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it.
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge toward him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture?
Huh?
I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? It does make sense. You know what? Because of that, I think I don't think it's the traitor. The traitor did not kill him. It was somebody. Kazuichi is the only one I can think of that would be panicked enough that he'd be willing to torture Nagito. Huh. I gotta say, Kazuichi I think is my biggest suspect, and I know I was split between Kazuichi and Gundam last time, but right now it's Kazuichi. Akane came close to strangling him too, but she's not the type to stab him and torture. She wants to. She just wants to beat the crap out of him. This is very different from that. If to disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor?
Even so.
Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge towards Nagito, refusing to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Let's see. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see, I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the Spear of Gungnir, right? You definitely just came up with that right now. By the way, I wanted to ask, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. What? Nezumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice, damn you all to hell! I see, even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. Excuse me. The spear definitely catches my eyes, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle. It looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Yeah. Fitting for a park that's designed after Disneyland. Right? Was that a Mortal Kombat Scorpion reference? I mean, it could be. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange. Strange? What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood spatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. So he was holding the wire. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it was splattered. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but there's something else that's strange. When you flip over and look at the back of his hand,
Well,
there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. Okay, maybe not. You're right. Why is it only on this part?
see?
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure, you win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? Excuse me. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. Yep, I knew it. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off of his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it right back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey!
Putting the tape back. Huh? No, to me that's not sus that she'd actually look at the tape, like if something's been put on his mouth or something like that. Kazuichi's more sus for the fact that he didn't want to remove the tape. To me, you might be right. Yeah. Putting the tape back isn't the issue, ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed. The blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case, it's no use. She's not listening.
Hey.
Hey, about the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that?
Well?
This duct tape has crinkles like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito is probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get stuck into his mouth a bit. Well, what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. Not sure exactly where she's going with that. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be the result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? There it is. Knife. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well?
By the way, it seems that the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife. Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed a knife through his right hand?
It cannot be.
And then they finished him off with a spear.
How cruel.
Then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why do they need to use a spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? I wonder if he was able to use if Nagito was almost able to get free because of the time to burn away the rope to try to get free. In order to keep him pinned down, the killer stabbed his palm in order to keep him pinned. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. Oh my god. So much stuff. All these CDs, they're copies of Monokuma's music. They should have been burned too. Grizzly like a bear. Oh wow. Looks like this side is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. Even if there was an important clue here, we might not be able to notice it. But it's better than the warehouse burning to the ground. Good thing we were able to put out the fire.
Hey.
But there was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades.
You are right.
I agree. If we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and become all wet and soggy. Miss Sonia's all wet. She's all drenched and soggy. Haha. You were thinking that, huh?
Of course not.
I wasn't thinking that at all.
Say what?
Why are you responding, Kazuichi? I was asking Hajime. You're screwing with me? Oh my, screwing. How lewd. Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes. I only imagine it for a second. Oh my god. Kazuichi, you should probably just keep your mouth shut shut already. Please let him be the killer. Please let him be the killer. I am so done. They couldn't give me a dead actually I didn't hate him until after the game was done. Yeah, I didn't hate Hero like I do now until after I was already finished and seeing all his little you know, conversations. This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe.
It looks like that weird music was playing from there. You know, that music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it, that music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? What if I like Kazuichi a bit more after the conversations? Wouldn't that be a twist? Well, even though I did say I was gonna friggin' kill him, there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? Uh-huh. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Huh? There's a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall... Huh. Yeah. Guys, what do you think? Should Proto Man for our final emote have a grin or a frown? I don't think I've ever seen Proto Man grin. He's always kind of stoic. He's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, everybody's saying that little hint is probably better. Probably the smirk. Is he coughing or is he awake? He fell out of bed? Alright, I'll get him. I'll be right back, guys. Kai accidentally rolled out of his bed. He's not far from the floor, but we're gonna just get him back in the bed. So, yeah, Kai was sort of sat up in bed and then just sort of rolled forward because he just that. So imagine him sort of curled up on his, not even his stomach, on his knees. Yeah, just a little side roll off the bed, and he just sort of was curled up on his knees. Yeah, it was soft. He was in his blanket still, so he was still good there. So we just, yeah, we have the bed very low to the ground for that reason. But yeah, he's okay. Still asleep. He's all right. Poor kid. He likes to just burrow, I guess is a better way to put it now. He likes having a lot of blankets all over his bed that he can burrow into. Which is funny because he used to hate blankets. All right. They should have been neatly put away. So, the theory I was going to get into before this, as Chiaki puts it, when Akane kicked down the door, it knocked over all the standees, and I think might have knocked over the. It couldn't have been they knocked over the lighter. That makes no sense because the lighter was still standing up. So it knocked over something else. But what? Maybe we're the ones who made this mess? Huh? Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... Alright. We've seen all this just recently. It's just, she kicks open the door. So people do want your grin idea, Amy. Could it be? Could it be? Was that it?
Well?
And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange. That means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Oh, Watcher Girl, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Looks like Sonia is focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time I talk to her. Hey, Sonia, do you have a minute? Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Huh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It's not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were a fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching at the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my.
Do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus, shit, you son of a bitch. What the hell? Sonia?
I am sorry.
Guys, I'm terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we were all gathered?
Please listen.
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought from the military base. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
Now, why is Monami there? Interesting.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
The way she swears.
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb.
Huh.
Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. That bomb was real and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. Polite swearing, that's a good way to put it. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything. There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well?
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nezumi Castle where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room too. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
Can you hear
Hey,
me?
hey you guys, isn't it time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea.
Huh?
But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
Hey!
Then it's okay if we leave this place? I love Mini Mario. Best version. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Alright, factory's up first. Wonder if we'll be able to finish up the investigation before the end of the stream. Still no sign. The life-size Monokuma plushies are crammed inside an enormous basket, but it looks like there aren't any clues here.
My.
I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into. However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Well?
The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh?
Do you have a minute?
If you hide a bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism.
All right.
Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Oh, hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly mess with it?
Yes, pie.
Either way, it is all gravy. All gravy? What the hell does that mean? Stop! There's no bomb.
Hey!
You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you'll feel is the soft weight of
I
cotton.
see. I see.
You are right.
However,
Then, where did Nagito attain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was going to happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew, I feel relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon.
Well
I
done.
must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it.
That is...
Oh, Dark B. Andy, thank you very much for the birthday wish. Really do appreciate that. And yeah, I mostly just got money from family, just because there's games obviously I want to play, but not really the time to play them. So I just asked for money so we could put it towards like basically getting Mario Wonder and Mario RPG and stuff like that. Get the games for the future. Like, trust me, I'd love to be able to play stuff like Armored Core or whatever else is coming out, has come out recently. But I still have Tears of the Kingdom. I still have Final Fantasy 16. Kind of probably should finish Final Fantasy 7 Intergrade before Rebirth comes out. So, yeah. Yeah, to make a marathon from the viewers. That is nice. Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. I missed what... Come on. Okay. Which ones am I getting out of Wonder, Mario RPG, Sonic and Spidey? I'm probably just going to get Wonder and Mario RPG first. Because, you know, I'll have to spend time playing those, and while I spend time playing those, Sonic and Spidey will go down in price. That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop... Is he still watching us somewhere? Oh, video set to play with explosion. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that video was recorded in advance. That's right, besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use, it's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. I don't think Nagito committed suicide. Not with all those stab wounds. That's an enormous machine, but it stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the information. To the break room. Anything inside? There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue, not even trash. I guess that's it for here. Next up is military base. I think I accidentally went into someplace. Oh no, here we go. Map industry. To the military base. Well, when I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. Nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth.
However...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. Okay. But did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? It's possible that he thought they were the real thing. No, never mind. He said as much in his video message. That time they attributed it to the right person. He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. No, is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. A huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed in a truck bed. Ah, found it! What did you find? Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like a survival knife? Wait, that's... Isn't that the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand?
Maybe.
Which means the killer obtained that knife here. The killer obtained this knife here. So the killer is someone who visited this military base at least once. That's everyone, though. No, not me. This is the first time I've been here. That sounds fishy. Damn it, this dangerous place is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening. Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these. It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who can do that. Just making sure. If the bombs were fake, this might be fake too, but I'm not brave enough to check for myself. It's that dreadful helicopter, the one executed Teru. Doesn't have anything to do with the incident. Looks like that's everything. Trying to think of the other ones. Somebody could, we need to, where is it? Gotta ban somebody. Ban a bot. I'm trying to see Nezubi Castle and Nagito's Cottage. Thank you. How do we do that? I always forget how to do it. Oh well. Oh wait, was this? Oh, we got all banned. It says likely ban evader restricted. Whatever, it's fine. What are we gonna find in here?
Yo.
Look at that wall of spears. I guess it's obvious where the weapon came from. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought. It looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a weight at the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungnir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use the spear and a knife?
well, yeah.
Yeah, they could have just killed him with the knife, and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this with this unnecessary cord thing on it would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagito is trying to make us suffer even after he's died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. Let's go to Nagito's room. Oh, there they are. What's up with this?
Hajime.
Hajime.
What's this?
Oh my, you want to go inside Nagito's room too?
What are you gonna
I was
do?
just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that.
Boy,
Then do it! It's sweet because it's made out of black bean paste. Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door.
fine.
Fine. I guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right?
Now then.
Now then.
Loose.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See, I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now. This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open with a spell like that?
Perhaps.
Maybe the cottage key is computerized?
Hey.
More importantly, let's go inside now that the door is open. Yeah, you're right. Nagito's room is great. I'm wondering about this. Oh, well, we know who the thief was. So Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see absolute hope, becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden here as well. It's the bed that comes with the cottages. It looks just like the one in my room, but
Hey.
maybe there's something hidden under his bed. It's a usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like porn. Well, we should still check just in case. With no expectations and without thinking, I peeked under the bed and... Huh? There's something here. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. It looks like there's something inside. What is this? It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves? He was hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? That is weird. Hajime, was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag and... Huh? There's a small piece of paper on the floor. A piece of paper made of blue aluminum? A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash?
Wait.
Who knows? It might be too soon to decide that. I have no idea. Oh, there he is. Oh my god. Of course that's where he's at.
No.
There we go. Okay, I'm shocked that's not a trophy. To find all the hidden Monokumas. There's a lot of books arranged here. Did Nagito bring these from the library? In addition to books, there's a bunch of random crap stuffed onto the shelf. It might take a lot of time for us to thoroughly go through that stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the very last one.
Hey.
Let's just leave it for later. Yeah, I agree. There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
Ah, nice. My cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where we got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? As I talked with Chiaki, I opened the refrigerator out of curiosity. There's not really much inside. Monokuma's special poison, for poisoning use only. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a brown bottle. For someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he's stocked very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? Really? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe? Read, Hajime. I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death? Hey, this is...
See?
Yeah, looks like poison. Poison? Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in a little bit more detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm going to get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place, in a glass or plastic container, and away from sunlight. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this? That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel, too. Apply to the bomb?
See?
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
Excuse me. Oh, I never thought about that, Jason Rocks. You're right. He might have been replaced with the stuff might have been... This might have replaced... The poison might have he used to replace with the... Whatever. The poison in the fire bombs. Oh, God, I couldn't talk. That does make sense, but... The Monokuma file didn't mention poison, so... He was probably... yeah. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? Jeez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? Huh?
See?
It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? Another trap?
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'll be real bad. He could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on the island? What the hell? Nagito, you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? Alright. We'll do the window, Chiaki, and then this thing on the at the end. The Monomi's thing. Yeah, I can't use words. The basic layout is just like my cottage. There's nothing about this window that really catches my eye. Okay, back to Chiaki. Our time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might take some time to investigate, so we should try examining some other areas first. Alright, treasure box. A fancy-looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be...
Perhaps.
That treasure box. Chiaki, you know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. This looks like Monomi's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means... The thief Monomi was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be a good idea to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it going to be okay? It looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monomi in the first place. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Inside, there was a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this, a diary? Looks like it. Did Monomi write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, day 4, day 5. Page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I really don't understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing.
Stop it!
Hey, stop! Don't look at my note. Oh my god. So that clue has to be that Chiaki is controlling Monomi. The only one that saw Hajime try to go into the final dead room was her. Huh. Don't look at my notebook. Whoa. From out of nowhere, Monomi suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand. Phew, I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Geez, that was close. If I had come any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late. But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was the thief. Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student. Hey, that notebook, it's pretty much your diary, right? Diary? It seems that way. That's right, this is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written. Hey, you're a liar. Well, what? You always show up out of nowhere. Monomi, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monomi can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Geez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B. No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hands. See? Bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way too. Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey!
So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it? Excuse me. Hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again. The same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. Huh. Very interesting. There are a lot of books and other mysterious items on the shelf. Random.
Well?
They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles. That doesn't mean we should ignore it though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff here. Well, that might be true, but... So, I'll leave this shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. I sighed and walked toward the shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items, examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, there were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. Uh-huh. I wondered if this is where we'd find our big thing. Well, that file wasn't the... Well, they attributed it to Hajime again, even though it's a Nagito line. Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal. Indeed, it's the school badge of Host Peak Academy. Does that have information about our stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies too. I opened the file I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really has only my information, then why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me. Just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others, Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonia. And everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too? I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height and weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words Reserve Corps Student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a Reserve Corps student from the Reserve Department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the Reserve Department? Why am I here with all the other Ultimates?
Hey.
Look at this book. Hajime, did something happen? Well, I just found a strange file. Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are in here too. Nagito was lying. When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file.
You're right. My profile is really in here. But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
And it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on. What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
The file. His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
Who are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togame. Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
No way!
So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps, based on that, you think he might be the traitor? No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life is totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason? How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean? You don't have to ask me that. You know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right? Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. ultimate imposter? What the hell? That's that Byakuya's true identity. True identity? He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. What the hell? What? A fake?
Hey,
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Though I'm not jealous of that at all. That person wasn't really Byakuya?
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in his school killing life?
so
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Then he was lying to us the whole time?
Still.
But he couldn't help it. Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
'Cause that was his talent. Huh? Well, having a talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating. What the hell?
anyway.
Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
That's right.
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. Huh. Based on the context, if I had to guess,
No.
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss. Jeez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course.
Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
Could it be?
So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey,
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here?
correct.
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey.
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably. Wow. To tell you, I gave the math problems with an award to both Byakuya. The one in the... That's a good revelation. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue.
You sure?
Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know. Time's up. Wait. Excuse me for a moment. That chime just now.
What is most important for living things?
And that's where we're going to end it.
So close.
Oh, that's all right. We stream tomorrow. We got plenty of time. Oh, man. Well, those were some interesting revelations, and I am so curious about what this trial is going to be like next time. That is wild. I think I'm right about Chiaki being the traitor. Although he says Monami in the traitor, so maybe there's two? I don't know. But just on intuition alone, I'm still going to stick with Kazuichi. I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to stick with that for now as my guess. In the meantime, though, that's it for this stream, and we'll be back, of course, next Sunday, probably, to start the trial and see what's in store for this whole thing. I have no idea what's in store. Hopefully, we'll be able to get through the entire trial in that one session. That'd be really cool. We'll see how it all goes. Otherwise, though, we'll be back tomorrow for more Zack and Wiki. Should be fun as we explore our new fire area that I've never tried before. Never seen before. And then after that, on Wednesday, exciting stuff there because Amy and I are finally going to start on the Shadowbringers and Final Fantasy XIV. We still have the stuff before Shadowbringers to do, the updates. I believe it was 4.4 and 4.5. But we'll just start making progress and see what Shadowbringers Stories has in store for us. Other than that, of course, we'll be back on Saturday as well at 10 a.m. Eastern to finish off the TMNT Marathon and see what kind, if any, bonus sub goals we unlock. So we'll have to see how it all goes. It's exciting times, but let's see who we can raid real quick. Let's see. We can either raid Master Wuggles, who's streaming Street Fighter 6. There's also Sonic Joe suggesting Colt Cabana, who's streaming Fall Guys. And any other suggestions? Any preferences for our raid? I like Out of Luck as our raid message, though. That's obtuse enough. Any preference between Fall Guys and Street Fighter? Nocturnal Hannah is playing Final Fantasy Tactics. You know what? That's also a good one. So Final Fantasy Tactics, Fall Guys, or Street Fighter. Looks like I'm seeing mostly tactics, and I don't think we raid Nocturnal Hannah that often, so we'll do that. There it is. 107 people watching. That's awesome for a tactics stream. Cool. All right, we'll start that raid with Out of Luck. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for more Zack and Wiki. Otherwise, I'll see you, either on Saturday for the continuation of the subathon or on Sunday for the 5th trial in Danganronpa 2. So, hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll see you then. Bye.